Hi there, Internet. It's Anthony, and I'm about to watch another episode of The Walking Dead. So, this is Season 3, Episode 15, This Sorrowful Life, which honestly just sounds like it could have been the title for the whole series. So, I don't know what to expect here. If this is going to be any more of a sorrowful life than what we've been seeing so far, then that's really going to suck. So, I guess I got that to look forward to see what's going to happen. But I imagine we're going to see some more of Rick and that whole side of things, and maybe, the choice with Michonne and everything. And then hopefully steal some of the stuff at Woodbury as well. Or maybe they'll just do an episode that's more focused just on Rick and them, since last time was just on Woodbury. Who knows? Let's go ahead and get into it. This is The Walking Dead, Season 3, Episode 15, This Sorrowful Life. There's Rick.
It's the only way. Tell her we need to talk. Away from the others.
So, is he really gonna give her up?
Just ain't us, man.
No, it isn't.
I'm glad they're pushing back on it.
Just Herschel, Daryl, and you.
The inner circle. I'm honored. No.
It's kind of risky putting Merle in the inner
He'd
circle.
go out on runs. He'd bash somebody's skull. Do things to her. Probably take out one of her eyes. Both of them, most likely. You'd let that happen for a shot.
Is Merle actually being the moral compass right now?
Hold his eyes, Officer Friendly. And I know you, Rick. You ain't got the spine for it.
He wasn't completely being a moral compass, but it's not like he was also... It kind of felt like he was just giving things straight up and like how he really felt and how he really saw it in a way that I felt was good, to at least for putting things in perspective.
It's not time to do shots. It's time to pick a damn side.
You ain't like you was back in the camp.
Yeah, I was just thinking she's changed so much
Mouse running around, scared of her own shadow.
since Merle last knew her.
Was it?
I just want my brother back. Get out of here, man.
Like, what was his brother before, exactly? I always got the feeling this whole apocalypse didn't change Merle that much.
Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked.
Lori, she's still pregnant.
What you're about to do.
I can't. I won't.
Yes, there you go.
Down here to barricade.
Is he still going through
like
with
this to be an open invitation to the
Merle?
government.
Rick's got to move fast in to stop this from going down still.
Not much of subtlety.
Oh yeah, Merle still did it. Dang. Okay, so Rick done changed his mind too late now. Michonne is not gonna trust him after this, even if he's like, actually, never mind. Man, I feel bad for Michonne. She's like, dang, I finally decided to trust someone. Look where it got me.
You know what? I figured you would have run.
Wanted my sword back before I get away.
Oh, ha ha ha.
If I pull it off, maybe all is forgiven.
It's a whole lot of maybes.
Really?
You gotta play the hand you're
Like,
dealt.
you know the governor.
Only got
Merle.
one.
I think Merle for sure would know this isn't about to just be as straight up as the governor made it sound. I wonder if Merle's gonna get some type of like real redemption arc this episode or coming up, because it feels like there's been some foreshadowing to that. Like, we've been seeing some sides of Merle that we haven't seen before, and Carol said maybe you're a late bloomer too, which felt like it could be referencing sort of an opposite kind of thing to maybe what he was saying to her. So I mean, yeah, I feel like Merle might be about to make the right choice at the end of the day. Uh-oh. And this time it's not the popo coming, it's the whoa. Merle, you need to go out there and cut her off so that she doesn't die and ruin y'all's whole deal. Like, even if it's just for your own self-interest, you need to help her. Okay, that was a good shot.
Let's go!
These are the moments that bring people together. It's a shame he's about to take her to, like, the worst place she could possibly want to go on this earth. Just take her ring finger. You just freed her. Giving her her sword back and everything. Okay, now what is Merle gonna do? Is he gonna just join the governor and them again, or is he about to attack them? Like I said, I just feel like there's a big redemption moment coming up for Merle. I just feel it. And with this move, now I even feel it more so.
He let me go.
Don't let anyone come after me.
So is it gonna be awkward when she sees Rick again, or will she understand? Cause I mean, when she was talking to Merle, she was kind of saying how she also didn't think Rick was actually gonna do it. Is this like Motorhead or something? And I'm also wondering if Merle is about to die. I feel like he's gonna die going out, like, you know, on a good note. Are they even noticing what's happening? Like, he's blending in with all the shots. Oh, they're starting to notice. Come on. Ah, dang. And now they're about to be in there. Sheesh. Governor got his hands on him. Dang. Dang. He lost the whole hand now? Now just two more fingers too? Dang.
No.
Ah, dang it. I could feel it. I was like, dang, Merle's about to do some redemptive type stuff, but he's gonna die. Of course. Dang. Well, hey, at least he kind of did the right thing. We didn't actually see him die, though. We just saw the gun get shot. He might still be alive. You never know. I mean, it was heavily implied there that he died, but we didn't actually see him die. And when I don't see it, I don't ever fully believe it. Until it's confirmed in another way. In a field full of walkers. How romantic. I wonder if he's going to mention where he got the ring from. Not that it's like a super bad thing at this point.
I was wrong not to tell you.
At least he's honest at the end of the day.
What I said last year.
Another leader
First
we
night,
know.
After the farm.
He's like, look who it is. And I'm sure his assumption is that she has killed Merle at this point. This is gonna be awkward. He's like, yeah, I was gonna give you up and all. Give you away, but I changed my mind. Is he about to find Merle's dead body? Or Merle as a walker? Who's that? Is that Merle? Aw, man. Yep, he's a walker. Dang. Dang, I'm sorry, Daryl. Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay, now he's doing him like Carol did Ed. Oh my gosh, this man Daryl lost his brother twice. Wow. All right, I mean, that episode did kind of mirror the last episode in that we focused mainly on Rick's group and just saw a little glimpse of the governor and the Woodbury group. Just like last episode, it was the other way around. So that's pretty cool, pretty interesting. There was a few things I really liked about this episode. A few scenes in there, like I liked the whole episode, but like some specific scenes, like the one with Rick talking about what he said after they left the farm about it being basically a dictatorship. That wasn't the way, and he had realized that just wasn't the best way to go about it. And I felt like that was a very poignant scene to have at this point, because it feels like I've mentioned before, that's been a big theme this whole season. And I like that, after everything that has happened this season now and everything that he's seen with the governor, this is kind of what Rick is starting to take away from it. And that's what he's learned from it. It feels really authentic in a way. Like it feels like, a legitimate, realistic catalyst for character growth. I think that this season as a whole has been something that, just like season 2, in the long run is going to play a big part in how Rick turns out. It's like every season, like Rick is going through these, trials and tribulations that feel like over the course of the season, they take him so far from where he was at the beginning. And I mean, maybe he's not necessarily always moving in like a straight line. Sometimes it feels like he might go far this way, then far that way, maybe far that way. Who knows? But like, it definitely feels like every season so far they've had Rick have a big growth and a big progression in some way or another. And I think that that's been pretty cool. And I really like how they've done it so far this season. So that scene right there felt like an excellent culmination of so much that has happened to Rick this season. And it feels like now that he just, kind of said that, admitted that out loud to himself and said it to the group while simultaneously just coming clean with them and being honest about the whole Michonne situation, which in my eyes was the number one indicator that Rick is not the governor. Rick is not the same person, the same kind of person as him. Because we've seen countless times over the course of this show, or this season at least, where the governor has gone out and done something, pretty horrific or pretty terrible. And then he comes back and talks to the people of Woodbury and just completely lies to them, a bold-faced lie. And I mean, yeah, you can say it's under the guise of, protecting them and, not even under the guise, but you could say it's like, this is how he protects them. And sometimes the truth isn't necessary to know. And like, this is the best way for these people to stay safe, kind of like by being, blissfully ignorant or whatnot. So we've seen that countless times with the governor this season. And I just feel like watching Rick sort of not do that this time was the perfect indicator of, the core difference between him and the governor at the end of the day. I think we all knew, of course, Merle knew, sounds like Michonne knew, Daryl knew, Rick wasn't really going to go along with that Michonne thing at the end of the day. I mean, I know Merle had originally put it like, doesn't have the spine for or whatever, which I kind of talked about why I don't necessarily agree with that wording of it, even though I agree with Merle's usage of that wording. I definitely think that's something he would say, but I definitely think it's like, to me, it's not like a type of thing where it's like somebody's not strong enough to do something like that. To me, the stronger decision is not doing something like that. But, that's my personal opinion and my personal perspective on it. I'm not saying it's the only way to see it. I'm not saying if you see it differently, you see it wrong, but I also don't see it wrong. I just see it my way. But yeah, so I think that ultimately what Rick is doing now, as I said, is I think he's headed the right direction. That's my main point. I think that this is the right direction now for Rick. I want for him to take everything that he's learned and all, the ways that he's kind of been hardened and become more like, become more of this stone cold kind of person, and keep that, like retain that, keep that, hesitation, that hesitance to trust and to like, to just automatically believe in someone, because obviously that's not really going to work in this world anymore. But you can't lose that altogether, and you can't just completely lose your sense of like humanity and the people around you. Like the idea that Rick knows best, end all be all, and that's it. It is a little bit, problematic, if you will. Like I said, it can technically work. And I mean, if people wanted to be in a group like that where it was like that, then that's fine. But I think, what we've seen so far this season has shown why it's ultimately not really the best way of going about doing things, like having everything just being in the hands of one person when nobody is infallible. Everybody is susceptible to, any type of flaws or any type of, breakdowns, mental issues, or just lapses in judgment, indecisiveness, anything like that. And while sometimes I can see where it would be a benefit in just having, one determined mind that, guides everyone and just at the end of the day has the final say. I also think that there's a lot of ways where just kind of the idea of a dictator in this can ultimately just, be for the worse. So I guess my main point that I probably said a million times now is that I think this is a good direction for Rick right now. So the other big thing this episode was Merles' redemption. I really enjoyed watching how everything led up to that and some of the foreshadowing that was there for what was to come, like specifically like Carol, suggesting that maybe he's a late bloomer. And like I said earlier, just everything we've been seeing Merle do the last few episodes, including this one, it's kind of felt like he was maybe starting to, kind of, I don't know what the word would be, like, move over to the other side in a bit, like to the more like moral, just good side, for lack of a better word. I know those are all very subjective terms. That's why I hesitate to say them, because I feel like it sounds like I'm saying one way is the definite right or wrong way. But like, yeah, I mean, I think that Merle is, we've seen signs that this could be coming, and it was really nice to finally watch it come to pass. I definitely got the sense, even honestly way earlier than I said it, not trying to be like, oh, I know, but I got the sense that Merle was going to die this episode, just because he feels like the kind of character that has to die to get that full redemption. I don't know why. It really felt that way. So I was like, oh, Merle's probably on his way out right now. But, the fact that he went out how he did go out, I think is cool. And it shows deep down, like, Daryl obviously is a great person. So I guess it makes sense that deep down, Merle kind of had that same sort of integrity inside of him. I really liked how Michonne managed to talk her way out of it all, because not only was it a cool character moment for Michonne, basically just seeing how good she was at talking her way out of that, because she was telling the whole truth. She had done a great sort of analysis on everything and was really breaking it down. But it also, I guess, was just a sign of how smart she is and how good she is at getting herself out of situations and, bad predicaments. But, on the flip side, it also was just, it was great to sort of see all that laid out for Merle and see it really start to get to him. And I feel like it made the audience ask a lot of very interesting questions of Merle, made Merle ask a lot of questions of himself. Like, why is he really doing what he's doing? Like, that's kind of what was brought up at the beginning of the episode too, when Rick asked him that, and Merle said he doesn't even know why. And it's like he was kind of starting to answer that for himself over the course of this episode, especially in that car ride with Michonne. And it finally felt like, he figured out that answer, and he decided what side he really wanted to fight for. And I'm sure he knew he was probably going to die there, but and maybe he didn't, but he probably had an idea. So yeah, I thought that was really nice to have that arc with Merle. And then that ending scene with Daryl, that was such an impactful and emotional scene. Like I feel like what's his name, Norman Reedus. Like it was no words there really, barely, maybe just a couple, but so he conveys so much with his face, and like I mean, it really I feel like it was such. I mean, like it was some of the best acting he's done to date out on the show, I would say, but not like by far. I would definitely say he's always been a very, very good actor. But the thing is about Daryl, and I've seen a few interviews of him as well, so I've noticed how different he is from Daryl. But the thing about Daryl is that like I feel like he's such a subtle character that, you know, it's easy for that acting to kind of like go unnoticed. But Daryl has always possibly been like the best acted character on this show in some ways. Like I mean, like he's just a really good character, and he's so complex, has so many different layers. But you know, this was maybe one of the first times where a lot of those complex layers and emotions that Daryl might usually just keep on the inside really came out. And so we got to see it in a very raw and visceral form, and it didn't feel contrived. It didn't feel fake or like you were just watching someone acting. So that's why I say it. I don't even know if I want to call it one of the best acting performances he's had on the show to date, because like I said, he's just always been so good. But it's definitely one of the most standout, noticeable ones. And I think that's cool. I feel like this is also maybe a really good jump off point or kickoff point for some more story arcs for Daryl and some more character progression, because I feel like his character has just been getting better and better and more interesting as the show has gone on. Let me know what you thought about the episode. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And head on over to Patreon for the full uncut reactions way ahead of the YouTube schedule. Till the season finale, I'm Anthony, and I'll see you all in.